It is time for the amazing Windows setup. Perfect Windows setup. And I've been working on this one for a little bit and kind of workshopping some ideas to make your Windows life a lot easier when it comes to setting it up. Because, yeah, it just kind of, that's the whole point of the whole toolbox thing was the, hey, you already have it set up. But on a fresh install, something new is my idea of injecting a lot of like the drivers and other stuff that we might not have, people might have problems with on new installs. So should be fun. How's it going, Goat? Let's see if we can get the ISO. Nope. Insider preview. Let's go Windows 11. Do we have an insider preview edition? All right, insider. I guess we gotta look at this installer. It's just like old, but without purple background. All right, 1 second. Let me try this out. No. All right, let's go Windows 11. That's the specifications. What about ISO? Oh, they're not gonna allow me to do it. Oh well. They just want you to click on this to do it. Well, let's see. Maybe they might be able to. Okay, here we go. Let's go Canary. Canary is like the bleeding edge. 26,000 on the Canary release. I know we'll get a lot of fun things with that one. Let's go. You know, Phoenix, when it comes to perfect specs on a Windows system, more is better. Because you're gonna lose a lot in that regard. So I'm kind of curious. We'll download this. How big is it? It's 6.2 is the last install. Oh, the insider preview is actually 4.8. So they debloated the ISO again. Hopefully they didn't switch back to like ESD format for compression. That would be awful. Oh, I hate doing conversions of install.esd to WIM file. It just takes forever, man. Whatever happened to Explorer Patcher? I'm still using it, and Windows didn't break. It depends. Mileage will vary, but I noticed a lot of instability from using Explorer Patcher. Right now, I think on the latest release of Windows, they now allow hooking, or the hooks I think were failing in some insider editions. This is what's problem with Explorer Patcher. The dev is very gifted, and the people that run the projects are very good at it, but they are at the mercy of Microsoft changing Explorer and opening up or closing it down. And that's why I can never recommend or make a video really about Explorer Patcher, just because, dude, it's never going to be stable. Like, you might be stable for you today, but tomorrow it might not be. And that kind of sucks. So, yeah, that's just my thoughts there. All right, so we got the Insider Preview client. Ooh. Does anybody remember what what was my VM for? Oh, geez, my Proxmox. Does anybody remember what my address was for my Proxmox? I want to say 5. Oh, okay. There we go. There we go. Got it. Yeah, see, I'm ahead in security. See, I just tell everybody my usernames and passwords and my addresses. And that way, you don't even need password managers. I got Twitch chat. There we go. Look at that. Ah, perfect. All right, let's create a new VM and try this Insider Edition. See what kind of shenanigans Microsoft is pulling now. Oh, lordy. Let's pull that in from downloads. We'll grab Preview Insider, and we'll just toss that into images. Well, I said images. How do? Let's go here with this. Well, I guess I forgot to log into that, but there we go. Oh, I have it's all right in my quick links. I'm still waking up, guys. Sorry. Oh, crashed something. Okay. I don't know, guys. It's feeling like a curse stream. All right. Let's go images, and then we got downloads over here. Let's copy that, and we're gonna put this in template, ISO, and drop it in. Try again. Try again. Try again. No. Refresh. Jeez. All right. Whatever. We'll just upload it. Let's go to images, VM disks, VM ISO images. That's funny. Now in real time you sound drunk because I'm used to 2x. What a Chad. Hey, everybody. I love it when people watch stuff in 2x on YouTube. Curse stream yesterday's gaming session rubbing off. Yeah, that was a pretty rough one. I felt great yesterday, though. I felt like I had my wits about me, and I was just going to destroy noobs. But instead, I was the noob getting destroyed. That's just how it goes in life sometimes, you know? Throws you curveball. But I feel pretty good today. It's actually 70 degrees here, so I'm pretty happy. The warmth is back in Texas. Thank goodness. I can't do cold weather. No fun. Okay. GPZ working? GPU-Z? I don't know. Let's check. Oh, let's go. Let's just check. Oh, let's see. You said GPU-Z was giving you problems? Let's try it out. What's the site for that? Ah, yeah. Site link works. Install looks like it's working. Let's see. Yeah. I'd say it works. Thoughts on Port Master? Yeah, pretty good. In that savings iteration of it, I don't use it very much. Yeah, you get to see the main PC again. Yeah, it should be fun. Should be fun on that. So yeah, that was another thing. Helix, Gremlin. I got so many videos to make. I don't know. I don't have time because I got to play my Age of Empires 4 and get that going too. Got to get my practice in. Well, it depends. I like to use NeoVim on Windows, and I have it all set up here. Let's go. NVim. And I still have all that kind of set up so I can easily jump in and out. So I like to use it for like my Age of Empires priority list and some other stuff. But it just depends on the project. If it's a huge project with a bunch of different files, I just am not fluid enough with NeoVim to make it really function and be as good as it should be. So, oh yeah, we're still trying Windows Insider. We were gonna look at that new installer, right? Let's try that out. All right, Win 11 Insider. We're gonna delete this after it's done because nobody should ever run Insider unless you just hate your life. It's true. All right, let's go. We'll just put it on the local LVM. Add that. Go ahead and toss that. Let's add TPM. Yeah, we'll put that on local LVM too. For the machine, yeah, i45. Graphics card, I think we'll just go ahead and go VirGL right off the gate. Bam. Feel like that's a pretty good mix. Disk, 32 gigs. Seems pretty light on Windows. Let's make that 50. You know, Windows might need a ton, so important to know. Oh, you know me, Michael, and Xeons. Oh, it's just too much. The power cost alone, let's say I got a free Xeon, I still probably wouldn't run it just because it would be too costly to run. The energy bill on a Xeon processor was like $50 a month, man, for a modest Xeon processor. I don't think I've ever seen like a TDP or TDU for, what is it? Less than 350 watt. Yeah. It gets, but when you're running it, man, if you start loading up a bunch of VMs on it, it could get a little bit much. Right now, you can't really beat my 15 watt. Oh, that's true. See, I would probably go with a Xeon at 65. I think that would make sense for me. I definitely am cognizant of the power draw. One, for the heat, more power really in the heat in the small little space. It can be a little rough. So I definitely don't want to go very high powered on anything. So anything that draws a ton of heat, I usually don't like. So high-end graphics cards, high-end CPUs, I just am out on. I'm all about power efficiency these days, just because I don't want to sweat to death here in my little 80 square foot dungeon that I stream from. What are your thoughts on Archcraft? I don't know. I haven't really messed around with it. How much work is left is MicroWin? King Root, I wanted to show that today, actually, on MicroWin. Well, let's go into the new installer first. There was somebody said change this to Q35 with UEFI. Yep. Sockets, cores. Let's jam the cores up to 6. Let's go next. Memory, let's put this at 10 gig. Network, we're just going to go bridge mode, confirm, and start. So we're going to start this bad boy up. Go here. Let's go. Spice it. All right, here we go. Oh, shoot. Did I miss, I missed that, didn't I? Oops. What did I do? What was the release command? Oh, geez. Was it Control L? No. It was used to VMware. Okay. Vert Viewer. What is the default hotkey to get out of full screen mode? Control Alt. Oh, okay. All right. So it's Alt. I don't have right Alt. I just have Control Alt. Alt R. Oh no, guys. I never bound my Alt key on the right side of my keyboard. Probably secure boot. Probably. Oh no, I'm locked in here. Well, Control Delete it is. Okay. One thing here. Oh. Darn it. Okay. I think I'm just missing it. It's actually capturing my Control-Alt-Delete, by the way. Come on. Huh. Failed to start boot 001 DVD-ROM time route. What is happening? What is happening? What is the deal? All right, let's just go. How odd. Yeah, I said it was going to be a curse one. I wasn't lying. It does feel like that. Let's see. Well, janky ISO could be. I mean, it's Windows after all. It's a Canary ISO nightly build of Canary. So it's definitely up there on the jank side of things. IDE. We got CD-ROM. Let's look at boot options. Let's see. Boot order. Let's just edit this. Let's just drag that up above it. We'll just apply that. Maybe, let's start it up again. Let's look at a console. Okay, there it goes. We'll just do VNC for now. That's fine. Yeah. I don't know. All right, so this is the new Windows 11 setup with the Insider Edition. Are they going old school here? It looks like they're going old school. All right. Next. You know, I kind of like it. I don't know if it's just tickling that nostalgia itch, but I don't know. I think this is actually pretty good. Old school with TPM 2.0. Look at that. Oh, this is new. It never has looked like this. Oh, but it can't detect because of no drivers on this. Oh, that's so funny. Okay, well, yeah. We could load a driver. but we have to load up the whole driver disk. That's greatness. Okay, cool. All right, well, let's make a perfect install of ISO then. This is obviously going to be a little bit of a play on words here. Let's just shut this guy down. Yeah. We'll come back to it here in a second. What we're going to do now is make that perfect ISO. Now, here's a good example of things not working in your ISO. Whether it's the vert drivers not being there, or you don't have any network access, so you can't update your drivers using like SDIO. There's a lot of really kind of things like that. So that's kind of why I really like to show this perfect ISO. Now, this is not going to be a small ISO when we're done with it. Probably 8 to 10 gigs for the ISO, maybe more. So I don't know. Okay, Michael, we're going. I need in Discord from you 65 watt Xeon processor, and then we're going to dump this 5600 because we already have established it kind of sucks. So, hey. That's one thing I'm going to do. But we're going to be dumping AMD as we've I don't know. I miss Intel for, I don't miss the cost of Intel, but I do miss the stability of it. Yeah, 5600X is not a bad CPU. It's been a really good one, and for $100, man, it's definitely been a fantastic CPU for the past 3-4 years. I got it right on release, and it's been solid. No real complaints here. Anyways. I was talking about the drivers. Let's fix these driver issues permanently so we make like a master ISO. And I want to kind of show what that looks like. Actually, I think we can just pull up. Just go here. I keep on my network drive an SDIO update of all time. So this always has SDIO, which is Snappy Driver Installer Origin. This means you can download any driver you want, and it's just always going to be there, but you got to run this after the fact. Well, that's no good. We want to bake in these new drivers directly in, and we also want to bake it in to the point where you never have to actually go download drivers, at least not the drivers that are really important. Storage drivers and network drivers, dude, it just really sucks when you don't have that. So that's it. No, Steven, you're going to get banned. You're going to get banned if you start linking the official SDI tool. I'm just telling you. Watch it. Watch it. I'm watching you. Watching you. We don't download directly from the SDI tool. We use Origin. Oh, speaking of which, it did not launch. So, let's see here. Do we have this one? Here we go. It does not let you update drivers on Windows 11? Really? Are you sure about that? Because I'm on Windows 11. Although it is not launching as I say this. What are you doing, Windows? What do we got going on here? I don't see it. Maybe it's in details. No, it does not look like it ran. Okay, let's just run it as admin. I haven't taken a shower since yesterday. I'm trying to convert completely to Twitch streamer mode here. No shower, not gonna shave. I'm just gonna be just a complete bum. Now let's run the batch file. Run that as admin. Oh, that's not working either. We got problems. Okay. What's the problem? What's the problem with this? Huh. Doesn't want to launch. Is my Defender causing problems? No, you get no sample submission. Stop asking. Huh. I don't see anything there. Let's see protection history. Yeah, no. Hadn't blocked anything recently. The problem is it doesn't support Windows 11. Ah. Yeah, command prompt sometimes you got to go to, depending on what's going on. UNC paths aren't recognized. I just used this the other day. Am I on Windows 10 on the inside? No, I think it's Windows 11. Dude, I'm sure of it, Steven. I know you're wrong. I know you're wrong. I know it in my heart. But alas, it does not look like that's working. So let's go Snappy Driver Origin. The reason why I don't like the original one, just Snappy Driver installer, is because they bundled, I think it was like malware, or it got bought out and they pushed out the original developer. There was some shenanigans going on with that. So that's why I always say the Origin tool is the one to go for. Let's just take a peek here. Yeah, I am getting old. That's true. My youngest is getting old. She's about to be in high school. And my son's 20 now. Let's not talk about this. That's just depressing. 761, okay. Let's just, we'll just delete these. I feel like we'll just copy these guys over. Well, I guess let's find out. Let's find out if this will. Because I've been recommending Snappy Driver and Store Origin tool for a long time. And let's just delete old driver packs too while we're here. I don't think it likes the UNC path, guys. I think it's because I'm launching directly off of an NFS UNC. So that's probably why it's doing that. The best way to prevent that from happening, so we have Z right here. I don't think it likes being shot to the root of an NFS share like that, but we can try it. Let's try it from the SMB side of things instead of using NFS. Let's see. How big is this? 60 gigs. I got a few drivers in there. Okay. Launching directly executable from an SMB or NFS never works because of a security setting unless you disable it. Yeah, that's probably it. Yeah. It's running in the background. God bless, that'd be funny. I don't think it is, though. If we go to details, it'd be under SDI. But you see, it's not there. So we're fine. We're fine. Yeah, I like to keep almost every driver locally, just in case the end of the world happens. I can actually take and still maintain a fleet of computers. Or Microsoft servers go down, I'll be like, I have all the drivers. That'll be $1,000. Yeah. It's a bit of an oxymoron saying the perfect Windows install. No, I should start out. This would be the greatest. This is what I'm going to do for April Fools, is do the perfect Windows install and then just start off the stream and I'm just installing Linux. It'd be such a good troll move. Man, I'd love that. If it didn't piss so many people off. I think I can get away with it on that. Ooh, you found a 20 core 20 thread Xeon for 35 watt. Dude, I'd be all about that. That sounds great. Why you have 2010 Office? You never know. You just never know when you need a 32-bit version of Office 2010. Hey, don't hate it, Tommy. It still works. True. Ended with Windows 2000, yeah. Yeah, Office 2007 I wasn't too keen on. 2013 was okay, I guess. It had a lot of problems on release, but they patched most of it. I think the last real good version, was it 2016 or 2017? I can't remember. That was one of the last. No, the last version I think was 2022, didn't they? Heck, I can't remember. They have a 25 watt Xeon, but it's slow as death. Ugh, yeah. Okay. Well, we need to get this working. What does that do? What does that leave me with? Inside it does work. You know what? I bet Defender's to blame. We're going to Scooby-Doo this one. I think, I bet you Defender's doing some shenanigans. Let's just turn off that. And then let's dismiss that. Now, let's try SDI. No, still not working. Okay, that's fine. I know what the problem is. Oops. Fat fingered that one. I fat fingered it again. It's not 12. Chris, what are you doing? All right, fine. We'll just use control and go to it like a caveman. I will just go control. Oh, no, UAC's off. Maybe it needs UAC on. That could be it. Yeah, so it auto launches that. But I've run into apps, specifically Crystal Benchmark. Crystal Disk Benchmark requires UAC. Let's see. Let's just go here. Notify me when apps try to change, but do not dim. Yes, okay. Let's try that. Yeah, okay. That's the launch. Now, let's launch this one. Yes. No. All right, well. Never mind. That's not it. Huh. Yeah, it's Windows. There's some weird shenanigans like this. Oh, you know, yeah, there's bypass we could do as well. I'm trying to think. We could always try to restart, yeah. It is Windows after all. A restart sometimes fixes things. I need this to work. I don't want to re-download my drivers. I just don't. And I just ran this yesterday, but it was on my inside PC. Origin is not bad. Stop it. We're going to fix it. We're going to stop it. We're going to fix that. Origin's the best. Will not hear otherwise. But let's just look at the original just in case. What did they do to this one? I remember them blowing it up. All right, it's under GPL, but let's see. I think it can still use the original one. Let's go with SDI Lite. Let's just copy that. Let's just see if it has the same problems. Well, where did I put that? It's under images. Fine, we're gonna just try SDI, not SDI Origin. Sure, we'll replace the files. Okay. So we got SDIO, and now we should have the original in here, which did not show up. There it is. So we got SDI and SDIO. We're gonna work off the same one. Does it work? Now it crashes too. Yeah. I think it's just running it from the NFS share that's giving the problem. I figured that was it, but just to let you know, it is not Snappy Driver Origin problem. It is this. Let's try here. Yeah, still crashes. Okay, just making sure. I'm certain it could be a network drive issue. Could be. Let's map the network drive using NFS. I think that's probably the next best thing to do. Let's look at. Let's go to home. I want to say. I bet you it's a UNC path issue. Let's go ls. Okay. Let's go volume 2. This is going to be images. Let's bind that to I. Okay. Perfect. Nice. Now, Windows is stupid and doesn't like to find stuff, but, you know. Come on. All right, let's just disconnect. Disconnect. Maybe it's a NetSH issue as well. Let's double check that. List. Oops. What is it? Damn it, I can't remember. Drawing a blank here. Maybe it wasn't NetSH I'm thinking of. NetUse. I think it was NetUse. And then was there a list command for NetUse? I want to say. I guess I could check the logs, but that's just, I don't know. I don't want to do that. Net use list? No. Let's just do net use. No arguments. All right, cool. We see that. And we have I here. And it does list. It's just Explorer's not reading it. Refresh. Let's check shell startup. Yeah, we got NFS here. Let's double check that. Ah, yeah, okay. We got that. Let's just go images, save, start. Okay. We're just going to redo the net use. Give it a reboot. Try it out. Restart time. I think we got a network issue going on here, guys. Could be. I mean, I like working off of NFS drives, even though it's still janky with Windows, just because Windows loves SMB, because it's the worst protocol on the world. So that's, of course, the one Microsoft chooses to use. But, you know, it's fine. If it ain't working, yeah, we'll check the logs. It's going to work, though. It's going to work. Yeah, SDI not working because of a virus. I'm going to say no on that. Just saying. Now, usually, yeah, there we go. There's a little bit of a lag with NFS shares if you ever do use NFS on here. But just know, that's perfectly normal. Now, I do want to grab the downloads real fast. Let's just make sure we're using SDIO instead of SDI. Make a poll. Should I check the logs? Soon Chris starts an Elon Musk crypto live on YouTube. I could see that. Oh, man. Oh, damn it. It's just not launching. We could try UNC path on SMB. I think this auto translates to SMB if you don't do the volume in front of it. So let's try SMB. I think it might be that as well. Although, yeah. It just don't like that. All right. Yeah, NFS is incompatible with Snappy Driver Origin tool. Or Snappy Driver installer, just period. Who knew? I didn't, but now I do. All right, cool. Let's go network only, and we also want to get some mass storage, probably chipset as well. Sound I don't care about, video I don't care about. The rest I'm gonna leave. I think just chipset and mass storage should get me everything I need, and probably, you know, let's get the wireless LAN. No, WLAN's gonna take too much. Let's just grab these guys and say, okay. Let's also grab the indexes as well. So we're going to go ahead and say here, we're going to download these. Yeah, this shouldn't take too long, actually. All right. Let's check the logs just to see, put everybody's mind at ease. Oh, apparently the last time I was checking my storage logs, local Bluetooth adapter failed in an undetermined manner. Will not be used. No Bluetooth. That was at 2 o'clock. Oh, it is 2 o'clock today. Okay. Bluetooth. I'd say my Bluetooth driver's having some problems. Yeah. See, it's just trying to use the NFS share, and it just kept failing. But as soon as we took out the volume 2 and just did it over SMB, I think there's some kind of application thing built into Windows where it just prefers SMB when launching from a network share. Even a map drive, actually. I guess it makes sense. But, oh well, so be it. I am reading Steven's chat. I just disagree with him. Snappy Driver installer without the origin is a virus. It's not a virus. It's probably not a virus. I think there was some drama around the original Snappy Driver installer, It's not the same thing. The original developer, I think it was Glenn, forked over to Origin because the original people, some other dev in Snappy Driver Installer, did some pretty shady stuff, I want to say. I can't remember exactly what it was, but Glenn forked it to Origin because of the problems with the original one. Yeah, I've actually banned Steven before. I think he's permac banned from Minecraft. I think I banned him from the Discord too. I like him. He's fine. It's just when he gets spammy, I gotta ban him. All right, so we got those. Let's try this Bluetooth adapter. You can see right now we do have an available one, and we actually are having issues with Bluetooth. Let's just install that and see if that recognizes the Bluetooth a little bit better too. I recommend MemTest86. You can't really test you really can't test your memory properly with an OS loaded. So that's the big thing with what when it comes to memory. All right, so we got that. We did get the Bluetooth driver installed properly now. That's good. One thing here too, guys, when it comes to driver updates, newer is not always better as well. So one thing people get obsessed with is being on the bleeding edge, always having the latest driver, always having the latest updates. And those are the people that are going to have the most problems with their system. And you're like, wait, how does that make sense if they have the newest of everything? Well, here's how it makes sense. If everything's working on your system and you have all the drivers installed and everything works great, why are you updating? Why are you updating those drivers? It just does not make sense. Drivers are not something, it's like, I got a BIOS update. Let me go ahead and immediately update. No. You don't want to be that guy. You will have problems, inevitably. It's best to, like, I always take the approach, hey, has it been out for a couple months? Is it been tested? And then update. Don't be the guinea pig. Always test the updates before updating. Newer is not always better. Really important to know there. It's way too general. So it's one of those things I always harp, and I always make usually a clip, and I usually upload it to YouTube afterwards about it. I won't do it on that one though. We're gonna just leave that in the VOD. All right, so we got these driver packs installed or downloaded. We did go ahead and do that Bluetooth driver. We can check our event viewer just to double check to see if that cleared up our administration logs for the Bluetooth USB. The last one's at 203. Driver's been unloaded. We'll see if the new driver is having problems. We can also check device manager too. You can see that it did not work. We can check that. We can check Windows Update, which is always worthless. And yeah, probably need a reboot on that, but I don't really care enough about it to even do anything with it right now. The big thing I want to do is the install and making the perfect Windows, because we're not there yet. So let's do that. Do I like the gray color? I guess. I don't like something super dark, but I don't like something super light either. So it's just pleasant on the eyes. So I just kind of, I'm a more minimal, no nonsense kind of guy. All right. With that done, let's just pull up images, SDI update. Let's go into the drivers. I don't care about what tool or where you get this from. You can get it from a variety of different places. But the big thing I really like is just grabbing the driver packs. And you're about to find out why. So we're going to grab all the LAN driver packs. We need the chipset driver pack. We need the mass storage driver pack. And if you're doing like wireless LAN, you're going to probably want the wireless LAN driver pack. USB could be beneficial, but a lot of times I like to leave those alone. Unless you have like something plugging in your USB that's not reading properly, you could grab these. Let's see, how big are the USBs? We'll just go ahead and grab it. It's not that big a deal. They're only about 50 megs. So we'll just grab these driver packs. We're going to copy them. And what we're going to do is come into the downloads folder. Now let's just clear out all this stuff. We're going to create a new folder. We're going to call it drivers. We're going to drop all of these into here. Yeah. yeah, you don't really want to use a lot of things. The key here is not to use any software for drivers. Like, that's the thing, like, that bloats up your system. Installing a bunch of utilities you don't need. The whole point, like, people, like, the whole point of my utility was it doesn't install. It's a script that just installs the stuff you need and then gets out of your way, and then it's like gone. And that's the beauty of this method, is we're just getting all the drivers, and we're just going to extract here. Now, this is roughly probably about a gig or so worth of drivers. And we're just going to, sure, replace file. I think we can always just do replace and it should be fine. Let's see if it pops up again. Can we just do... it's going to just keep... it's going to keep asking me that question, but whatever. We'll just babysit it. Probably doing this through CLI would be a lot faster. Honestly, if I was in Linux, this would be considerably faster. How many of these do we have? We'll see. No, we're pretty good. We're already halfway through, so yeah, I think it's just each one of these. We'll have to answer the question, I think, six or seven times. All right, moving all those. Skip file. And what we're doing now is just kind of unzipping all these packages. This is going to be a lot of driver packages. Right now we're working with like a 5 gig ISO. We're going to just test it out on the rest of this. We'll also use MicroWin to do the injection of all these drivers. So this will be all the USB, chipset, mass storage, and network. So this should have pretty much everything that you'd want. We're going to take the rest of these zip files. We're going to delete these. You could delete the system information stuff. This is just like readmes saying, hey, this is where these were sourced from, but not really needed. We'll delete these 7Z files. Anything else? I think that's pretty good. All right, perfect. So that's all we got. We got all our drivers kind of put into this folder. You can see it's roughly about 7.2 gigs worth of drivers. And now we're going to inject all these drivers directly into the Windows ISO. So let's do that. And we'll just do the insider build for shits and giggles. Views about Copilot versus ChatGPT. I mean, it's still Microsoft, both of them. Both kind of do different things. Copilot does a good job with like predictive text and go, hey, I see you're typing and coding like this, and it's better at predicting like the next line. Where ChatGPT sometimes can write whole functions, but a lot of times it loses that nuance and it doesn't necessarily follow your formatting or structure. So I don't know, not a huge fan. All right, let's go and go downloads. Oops, I deleted that. Let's just grab it from our... Can we grab the iDrive from here? Oh, I don't think we can. Can we? Darn it. If I go network, it's not gonna pull all that in. All right, images, and we're gonna grab insider build, which is actually, I think we put it in the templates, didn't we? We'll grab it from here. So this will go ahead and mount out. We are gonna have problems getting it because it's on. Because it's stuck in this giant UNC path. All right, fine. We'll copy it. That's too funny. We just deleted it too. I guess I could check my recycle bin, but it's fine. Yeah, insiders, we're just trying out like the new install. This is a throwaway. This is not the perfect install. Obviously, use like 23H2 or even 22H2 would probably be ideal if you're going Windows 11. Windows 10, probably about the same. Actually, I kind of like 21H2 and 20H2. A little bit better. Honestly, older is better in Windows 10. But you're going to run into compatibility issues eventually too there. So that is a problem. All right. Let's rerun that, this time from a localized path. Let's go into downloads, grab the insider build from here. You'll notice it does right. How about Debian SID? It depends on your use case. Like Debian SIDs more of like a, I could recommend it for like an Arch user, you know, because you still want like the newer packages that SID provides. So if you like Arch and you want a more up-to-date package, because a lot of people, the problem with stable Debian that most people have is it's just really old packages. So if you're doing a lot of really old packages, then it kind of sucks in that regard because you don't have the latest package that you want. Now, that's spoken from me that loves having the newest of everything, especially when I'm testing stuff out in Linux. But if you're doing it for like business or production, then stables is what you really want to do. Testing, you can run into problems when they do the freeze. So with testing, why I say just go to SID instead of using testing is because about a month before launch, there's this freeze period, and sometimes bugs get frozen into testing. I actually had this happen with Debian testing. So I think honestly, it's a, hey, do you want to be on the edge or do you want to be on a stable version? Testing is kind of like this weird in between. It can be good, but occasionally you'll do run into a bug like I did when I was on testing. So as with everything, it just depends. All right, so let's inject all these drivers. We're just going to copy this path, come back into here, and we're going to just paste the drivers right in. Yeah, stable's going to be better for, you know, you're more like stable. Like I said, if you can get away with stable, why would you bother going on like a experimental? The driver structure is not explained in micro win page. Well, just got to make sure that you have your drivers extracted to here, and you can see each one has like their own folder, and they have 32-bit and 64-bit drivers kind of in here, but it'll search recursively and inject all those drivers. I'm pretty sure. Let's test. I don't want to do a bunch of testing and like as far as like copying files, it just gets too ugh. So that's why I like just bulk unzip directly to that folder and then just be like, okay, cool. All the drivers are in here and there's just a ton of them sitting. And we're going to go Windows 11 Pro because we don't hate life. And we'll go ahead and start. Let's go insiders full drivers. And this is going to be Pro. So we'll save this directly to desktop, sure. Why not? And then it's going to mount the image. Let's make sure. See how that goes. Yeah, you honestly, you should be able to run anything you want in stable. It's just, you know, sometimes you want like, if you want like a bleeding edge version of a package, that's when you like run into dependency issues with a stable release. You could also build from source too, or do a virtual environment, or a flat pack, or an app image, or a snap if you're crazy. All those things are possible too. Yeah, I really hate Snap. I've always been overly critical of Snap ever since the beginning. Yeah, Flatpak's pretty much the standard. I think everyone will move that. Yeah, I went ahead and dumped all AppX and provisional packaging. I don't really use the Microsoft Store, so I don't really care on that regard. Debian Titus I never really polished. It always has required a little bit of shenanigans to get working, you know? So right now, what's going on is it's basically going through all of the drivers we have on this system. It's a considerable amount. It's 7 gigs worth. I don't even know how long this is going to take. Usually doing an injection like this does take a substantial amount of time. I'd imagine probably about an hour, but we'll see. Like I said, it should be kind of a fun experiment here. When am I going to accept the PR? We can take a look at that, Blue. I think we're going to have some time. I just want to kind of start seeing these packages spool up. I would imagine it's going to be 2,000 to 3,000 driver packages, something like that in here, being 7 gigs. It's several thousand for sure for the driver packages, because it's going to be every single hardware configuration for network, chipsets, and storage. That's a lot of drivers, man. There's a lot of configuration. So I just kind of want to see it spool up. There's not a lot of progress here just because of the sheer size that we did. This is kind of testing the limits. I'm not even 100% this will work, but in theory it should. Probably should have tested it on like an ISO I care about, but whatever. And these errors for INF files should be fine. You're going to run into some that are like 32-bit drivers and it's trying to inject that into a 64-bit install. That's not going to work. So you'll see some errors during this process. We are injecting roughly 6,438 drivers right now. So that's a pretty large amount of drivers, I would say. But I kind of want to push the limits of what's possible. And this is definitely pushing those limits. So we're going to inject all of these. Isn't this time consuming instead of installing the drivers by yourself after install? Yeah, if you're just doing it for one system, this is ridiculous. That's not lost on me. But this is more from, hey, I have 5 or 6 different computers, and or let's say you're a sysadmin and you're managing 1,000 different workstations. Well, downloading a driver for 1,000 different workstations just sucks. So injections like this and having a master image that just works out of the box on hundreds of different VM deployments, let's say you're doing a lot of testing like I am, having a master image like this would be wonderful. What about obviously multiple different workstations? This is going to save you time. So yeah, there's a little bit of upfront loading here, probably an hour or so of driver injection. But once it's done, this image will have every single storage driver, every single USB driver, every single driver you could possibly want to get your system functional right out of the gate. And that's kind of huge, especially when you do a lot of installs. So no, this is not for everybody. But for a select few, man, this is going to be life-changing for you. How about using one PC and then clone it using Mac? Yeah, Macrum's good, but the image itself on Windows, the hardware might change, so it might not have your network drivers. It might not have some of the configuration. Like, let's say you go from P to V, physical to virtual, like a VM. You're not going to be able to clone that very well a lot of times. You're going to be missing drivers. Or let's say you go V to P, is same thing, where you'll have some issues when you go from a VM to physical hardware. A lot of these injections would, obviously, you wouldn't have that issue. Can you make it so it selects Pro by default? Yeah, we need to do that, King Root, because I've had a couple instances where I had Home. So yeah, definitely we'll do that. I've actually done a lot of virtualized to, actually a lot of physical to virtual. It was a huge in the late 2000s to early 2010s where a lot of businesses were starting to get into virtualization. And that's when like VMware really took off. And man, the cost savings was so huge back then because you could rack a stack like a whole 48U system. And man, it would just take up so much space. And then once virtualization really hit and a lot more people started doing it in the mainstream, you just saved so much space because you could bust down, 8 hosts into one a lot of times. So I really like it. Oh, man. Can you bundle a browser like Brave or Microwind to the ISO? Well, I mean, possibly. But if you're already removing Edge, you should be an advanced user, so you shouldn't have an issue with that. We could do some other stuff with it. I'm tempted to just have like a post-install script where it just runs the toolbox afterwards, and then you can just pick whatever you want. But everyone should know how to run the toolbox after a fresh install either way. And there's different reasons for each SKU, depending on what part of the world you're in. The U.S. operates on different things, where a lot of our lawmakers are a little more corrupt. So Microsoft's able to bribe and lobby a lot of our lawmakers. So we have a lot of bundled software and things that are unremovable, or let's just say very difficult to remove, where like if you grab the in version of Windows, it's a whole Europe thing where a lot of those have a lot of things separated out, so it's a lot easier, such as like Edge and many other things. I think are starting to see separation in the Europe because Microsoft lost, oh, I don't know how much money it was, but it was, I think, several hundred million over lawsuits and how they bundled things up in Europe. And here in the States, they're still able to get away with it. We'll see for how long. I think eventually people will wake up to it because, I mean, so many people don't like Edge or don't want Edge. What time are you going to reinstall Windows? I don't know. I mean, we're about 4,000 in. Now, this is just the extraction and injection of the INFs. I think so. This is actually doing a file copy to the scratch directory. One thing I probably should check while it's doing this. How much space do we have? Enough. We have enough. Okay. Yeah, because what happens when you're doing these types of things, you need probably triple the space that you're working with because it first mounts the ISO, it extracts and copies all the files off, and then it has to extract the install.wim file. So that's 3 times the size of it right now. And then you have to copy all the files out of the install.wim file and then manipulate, copy them, and then combine them back into this scratch directory. This whole process, you can look at 3 to 4 times the size requirements. So if you're working with, let's say, a data set of all the drivers and the Windows, you're roughly around 11 or 12 gigs. So you should have at least, I would say, 40 gigs to work with just to do the ISO creation, because of how much of, you know, everything I just kind of laid out cost. So these are one things that you got to watch out for when modifying the Windows ISO. It's kind of nuts. Opera. I still get people asking me about Opera who are like, can you do Opera GX into the browsers? And I was like, that's never going to happen. I'm never going to add Opera or Opera GX or whatever crappy thing they got. The only thing Opera is good at is they have an amazing social media presence on Twitter and are very good at paying YouTubers to market their crappy browser. But I'm never adding Opera or Opera GX into any project I run, and period. Use Brave, use Edge, but you will not use Opera with my toolbox. I just refuse. I put my foot down and I'm like, nope, I'm not going to allow people to use that one. I have a vendetta against Opera ever since they did a lot of their mobile browser shenanigans where they had some like predatory loans that they're doing. Just an overall shady company. And if you like the Opera ecosystem, you like the way it looks, I think their original developer, I think he spun off and made Vivaldi. So Vivaldi's probably what you want to go with instead of Opera. For those people that do enjoy Opera, Vivaldi would probably be a better project to set you on, as that's the original guy that designed Opera. And now let me bring you the stream sponsor, Opera GX. Super fast, amazing mobile browser. For all your needs. Bloat up your internet experience with Opera GX. It's got flashy colors, RGB, and a bunch of other crap you don't need. But we'll tell you, it works faster. And that placebo pill works wonders on a lot of unsuspecting victims. I mean, users. Opera. Oh, man. Yeah, I actually had problems with Vivaldi with my Linux spin, actually, Dammy. Vivaldi was always good for me in Windows side of things, but in Linux I had a little bit of sluggishness. It wasn't necessarily a bug or anything. It was just less than ideal in some stuff, you know? I'm just waiting for the "is all chromium, always has been" moment. It's true. It's true. Just different flavors. Yeah, de-Googled Chromium can be very good. It just depends on your needs, but inevitably a lot of people use YouTube and a lot of the Google accounts associated with it. So de-Googled Chromium sometimes introduces more bugs because a lot of people use those Google services and want to use it with de-Googled Chromium. Now, if you want to completely get rid of Google from your life, totally works great. But if you really want to do a lot of Google services, Google Drive, G Suite, YouTube, that can be problematic with a de-Googled setup. Oh, man. All right, let's see. I'm going to open my window here. Yeah. Jeez. We're getting towards the end here. There we go. We've got that. Now it's just going to go through, remove the AppX. Some of the stuff it removes too is a little egregious, so word of warning on this one. If you're going to remove AppX, just know you might need to reinstall some stuff like DirectX. Some of the Windows Ethernet clients and such. But since we're adding all those drivers with the injection, it doesn't really matter. So there's a lot of cool things doing it this method. Oh, I don't have a problem with Qt Browser, Phoenix. I've always liked Qt Browser. It's like the Vim of web browsers. I think the big thing with Qt Browser is it's just you have to print out like a cheat sheet to use it. And a lot of the hotkeys and such can be a little problematic for a lot of new users. I see your soul. I know who you are. I see you, Caesar. I see you. Oh, man. Oh, I love it. That's not normal. No, that's actually pretty normal. If you're installing 6,438 drivers, for 50 of them to error out, I'd say pretty normal. Typically I will. I think on this one I will. I won't make this. I'll obviously upload this stream to Titus Tech Talk, but I'll make a more curated version for the main channel that will be like under 10 minutes kind of thing. Obviously, I won't inject all these drivers, or if I do, I'll probably do, well, I probably would do all the drivers. I'll just do probably like a fade effect to show the passing of time from when it starts, and then just chop out all the silence. So people know, hey, this took a little bit. Maybe throw a SpongeBob thing, 3 hours later. Although this has only been about 20 minutes. It's really not bad for a 6,000 something driver injection. 42 hours, meaning in life. Oh no, what am I gonna have to look at here? All right, elevate your GitHub profile with a minimal retro terminal GIF. Ooh, now that is next level right there. I know what I'm doing tonight. That's cool. Oh, dude. I want to kind of know what my merge PR percentage is. Although, you know, I don't think I've done any, like, really independent stuff. But that is spiffy. Yeah, GitHub README terminal. Check out the project on GitHub. We're going to start that bad boy. Wow. Retro vibes, unleash your creativity. Yeah, I kind of need to redo mine. Because if you look at my GitHub, this is what I've got right now. I could probably get rid of like my Whack-A-Time stats and stuff like that. I'd probably just get rid of this whole top section and then just put the retro UI right here. I like that. Because these stats are always like all over the place. Sometimes I'm in Linux all the time. Lately I've been Windows and up. Look at all that blue. NeoVim. It says 76% of the time I'm in NeoVim. Shocking. Lua. Lots of Lua work, some JSON, text, and then check health. Spoiler, all these stats are skewed. All I was doing was Vim check health for 75% of the time. Probably not wrong with some of that. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I like that. I think I'll pimp out my profile and just kind of remove all this top section and just do the retro GIF. That's cool. Thanks for that. How we doing on our removing of apps? Oh, yeah. Let's check that out, Blue. While we're here. The old Debbie and Titus project. Need to look at it. I think you had a PR on that one, right? Now let's go PRs. We got Blues. What do we got? Following pull request. Install Florp instead of Brave. Automatically build DWM, copy W. Okay, yeah. Replace pulse audio with Pipewire. I like a lot of that. Yeah, that needs to happen. Pipewire wire plumber. Looks great. Zoxide, yep. Beautiful additions. Install Florp. Might switch that out to Thorium. But Florp's good too. Firefox for that. Maybe prompt the user and just say, hey, are you you want Florp or Thorium? Based on my last two videos. Anyways, enable wire plumber. Yep. Beautiful black bash. You know, no, I'm still using beautiful bash. That's true. And then DWM and bash scripts. Yeah. Solid. Thanks for that, Blue. I like it. Forced me to use Qt browser instead of loving it. I'd say Qt browser would actually be pretty good for a stock install. I like how minimal it is, and then people can just choose what they want. Check DWM Titus. Did you do something on WM Titus? I usually am very protective of my DWM Titus. That's more for me than anybody else. Let's go. So I usually deny pull requests on it, but let's check it out. What's Sparky say? Stop showing duplicate tags. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good one by Sparky. Yeah, that's if I push a tag to 0, it'll replicate across the top, so it'll stop showing on that regard. That's pretty cool. I think I have to use the CLI to accept the PR though, just because DWM's not there. Sad to say. I probably would just download the PR, delete DWM, rebuild, and then push it through that way. Anyways, change open default browser from Brave to, oh, I like that, Blue. That way it just goes through XDG, so whatever their default stock one is, it'll launch with a mod key B. That's good. That's a good commit. Like it. Sweet. Thanks, Blue. I really like the Thorium experience, man. Gotta say, I've been enjoying it. I went back after I switched from Brave to Thorium because I was like, ooh, it's a little faster than Brave and it feels a little better. And then all that drama happened. I was like, okay, let me try Firefox. I'm going to try Florp and some other stuff. And then I did that. And then I was like, I just like Thorium. Go to sleep, man. Go to sleep. Oh, man. Phoenix. We can do it. Hey, is Qt browser even on Windows? Probably, I imagine. Yeah, Thorium's not as cool as now. In your local take own expects Y as a yes answer. I think we might have some. I might look at that too. I'll have to take a look at the take own command line. There's actually a trigger that we can do for that as well. Shin, thanks for the tier 1. Yeah, I mean, you either like Chromium or you don't. If you like Chromium, then I get it. If you don't, then yeah, use Firefox. I'm definitely not here to say, hey, don't use Firefox. For sure, we need more competition. I just don't particularly like it. I just don't like to tell people that. Qt browser's on there. All right, let's download it while we're waiting on this to finish. Yeah, I bet it's in Winget. Jim. A gaming browser. Gaming browsing. Oh my gosh. It's like gaming chairs. Suckers! That's all I gotta say about that. Just slap gaming in front of some crappy product. This is a gaming can of drink. Makes you game better. This is a gaming Raspberry Pi. It's just like a regular Pi, except there's gaming on it, one LED, and I charge 3 times the price. Gaming microwave. Yes. Hey, man, that's actually Dathis. I think right there, you got $1 million idea. Gaming water bottle. Now with RGB. Oh, well, let's try out Cute Browser. All right, Cute Browser. None of the fluff. We got the first start. What you need to do, first thing you got to do with Cute Browser, the cheat sheet. Absolutely is a must. How do you get to places, what to do, zoom in and out, yank, copy, reload. Probably the big ones here for movement it's just like Vim, but a browser. So copy, pasting, toggle settings, navigation. Going to the links, you want to use your bracket keys. Going to the tab, you want to use squirrely braces. So I'm in this tab right now. If I go like shift, curly brace, or, well, let's see. Go to, well, I thought that would be new tab. Maybe, let's try the other curly brace. No. No. Okay. Moving on. Page up and down. Prompt. Opening, editing, backwards, forwards. So if we go TH. Nope. Okay. Capuchin Cute Browser. GTA. So we have GTA for new ones. So let's say we want to open a new one. We can go GO. That just opens up the history. Huh. Okay. Maybe GO? Nope. Doesn't like that. Oh, that's open. So then you go google.com. Oh, okay. So to go backwards, let's try back. Back. Oh, no. Oh, what's the back button? Back. Nope. Nope. Go. Back. Nope. Go. G. Backwards. Where's backwards? Oh, let's see. So much more efficient, this one. I don't know why everyone doesn't use this. So user-friendly. Want to go elite level, this is where you go. Let's go J. Okay, move that. Okay, yeah. Let's G. Okay, no. We could go up in navigation, so let's go up maybe. Can't go up, okay. I think back is TH. TH. Ah, yes. Okay, perfect. So then to swap to another tab, switch tabs by name, we could go GT. You got GM for moving a tab left and right, but the switch tabs, GT, and then you can go tab select. Let's go back to Google. GT tab select, go here. Okay. That's cool. So to close a tab now, probably like C, right? Let's see, where's closing a tab? Where are you? Close other tabs. So let's say, hey, just close all the other tabs. C, or clear download, CD. Cancel a download, AD. Download page, GD. Huh. Okay. So we could go Geo. Oh. Geo. And let's try G, capital O. Okay, that starts with a fresh, no. So it's like just a colon. So probably the easiest way to do this is probably like colon, open, and then like github.com. Yeah, that's kind of cool. And then to go back, TH. Ah, perfect. And if we wanted to select a tab, that's the GT. And then you'd be like, okay, I need my cheat sheet. Let's go back to GitHub. GT1. Okay, yeah. So that's the gist of Qt Browser right there. About what I remember. If you really like Vim and you don't want to use your key at all, that'd be kind of cool. So user-friendly. I don't know why everyone doesn't just use this. Like, what are you doing with your life? God. Noobs. Ah. How's our driver injection going over here? Now we're injecting into the image using DIC or OSC DIMG. Are you going to main Qt Browser? No. I'm not a masochist. It'd take a few days and then you can do it. But the problem with browsing the web is there's so much different crap going on that you're going to eventually run into problems. When you have a lot of these more obscure browsers, like let's say you want to use uBlock. How are you going to use uBlock with Qt Browser? You got to figure all this stuff out as well. What do you use your browser for? It's nice not having any extensions, but if you go to certain web pages, like let's open up Qt Browser again. Let's go say, okay, bring me to, let's go christitus.com. Let's go here. All right, cool. Well, my site looks pretty good. We got this ad down here. Why do we have the ad? I don't like the ad. That's not fun. I want like uBlock. That's a better web experience. But you know what? Let's just go GA. Let's go YouTube. What's YouTube like? Let's go YouTube, and we'll just select it. And Chris Titus Tech. All right.
Step into Wix Studio.
Oh, I gotta sit through ads. You gotta, I can't use a web browser without really good add-on. Like, I need to block ads. Oh man, for sure. All right, now we go through the installing of all the packages. Oh Lord. I wasn't kidding when I said this would take about an hour to inject all these drivers. Yeah, you can change the color scheme of Qt Browser too. Let's look that up using Thorium. Qt Browser Capuchin. So here's the Capuchin Qt Browser. To find out where the stores, need to clone this. So in this, let's just go here. Boop. And let's just clone that bad boy over. Nice. All right. Make sure config.py contains. Okay. Where's config.py at? Let's check that out. I bet it's in this directory. Let's just see. No. Did I just... I think $signs red as like a web address. Since this is Windows, it's probably like %. Where the hell's my % on this keyboard? Ah, there it is. Okay. It's like I can't remember where I put it. Let's try that. Nope. Still don't like that, huh? All right, fine. Let's go local app data. From local app data, where's this thing? Down in Qt Browser config Capuchin. So let's go Qt Browser. Elemental PQRS. Why don't I have Qt Browser on here? Well, I guess it did not like that. Oh, there it is. Qt Browser, and then whereabouts is it? .config or Qt Browser config. Maybe there's a config folder in here somewhere. God, you gotta love Windows organization made by a true crackhead. App browser. Is it app data? Is it program files? Is it program data? Is it app data from a AppX package? Oh no, it's a provision AppX. Oh no, that's a program data / hidden folder down to Windows apps. Windows sometimes, I swear. Like, what are they thinking sometimes is beyond me. Like, how about a little standardization? It's not like you're a $1 trillion company. Anyway, slight gripe. All right. It's there. You have to make it. Oh, make directory. Okay. Well, let's just do that. And you said cute browser. No, it's in my documents. It's like game configuration file. Is it my documents, the game name and configuration, or is it my documents, my games, the name of the game, and then the configuration in there? I don't know. Depends. What version of the game is it? Because then the developer decided to change. Oh man, that'd be hilarious. Anyways, let's see. What else we got? Config there. So insert the following code into your config.py file. Is the config.py file in the home directory under like .cute browser? Questions. I love how the home folder doesn't take you to the home folder. Just gives you a bunch of nonsense. Frickin' brilliant. Oh lordy. Let me just get to my home folder real fast. 1 second. Oh, there's my home folder. Not this button. But you just gotta type. Oh lord, didn't they even take it out of the location bar? Drugs are back. Just if Microsoft would just start doing some piss tests up there, we wouldn't have to deal with this. I mean, that's all I'm asking for. I want a drug-free environment at Microsoft, and obviously they can't be bothered to do that because that's how this happens. I guarantee you. There's nobody that thought this was a good idea. It's just like, hey, how should we do the home folder in Windows, you know? Well, traditionally we've done like see my documents, maybe even see users. Yeah, how do we want to do shortcuts for that? What do you think, Bob? I think we just make the username and then we break the link and change the location bar so people don't really know where they're at on their system. And if you have stuff in your home folder, good luck. Good luck trying to find it. I think that would be funny. Squirrely. All right, anyways. I gave up trying to find where this config.py file is. Where's I got distracted with the trying to find the home folder. config.folder.theme.py. Yeah, okay. Well, that's fine and dandy. How's our we're still injecting drivers over here. We're up to 5,000. We'll work on this a little bit. I would say, yeah, there's a lot of parts of Windows that are harder than Linux counterparts. If you take two people, like what Windows does and why people use Windows is because that's what they know. They've known all their life. I literally have 30 years. I mean, yeah, I've used Windows ever since the MS-DOS 6.22 days. So before even Win 3.11 came out, I was in DOS as like a teenager. And yeah, I've used every iteration of Windows my entire life. I know everything in and out of it for all these different versions, and having all that historical knowledge, it just makes it so it's easier for me to work in a lot of times because I just know all the little nuances to it. But if you were a completely new user and you didn't know any of that, there's no way in hell you'd think, oh, well, Windows is just so much more intuitive than others. It starts off looking more intuitive, and it appears that way. But really, when you get down to the base of it, it's just like a house built on sand. And it's just like, okay, well, you can't really touch that. You can't really do this. Or if you change this, some things break. Some things are unstable when this happens. And I think that's true with all OSs to some extent, but it's definitely truer on Windows than anything else. How to install Windows 98 on modern hardware. I think virtualizing anything that old is probably the best bet. Yeah, yeah. There was only DOS. Yeah, I want to say 90. Well, when did 95 come out? Well, 1995. So yeah, I was definitely a teenager. I want to say the first system I had was like an 8086, and then we had like a 286. The 286 we had a little bit. I remember there's a turbo button to get it up to like 8 megahertz. It was amazing. And I remember using Microsoft Works, and a lot of the DOS and DOS-based games was a lot of fun. I mean, it was kind of a really kind of a cool system back then when it was just DOS. You hated Windows 3.11. Yeah, that was Windows 3.11 was interesting. I mean, it still run on top of DOS for the most part. Honestly, 95 you could debate kind of ran on top of DOS as well. It was like the first iteration that they still had like auto exec and a lot of other things. Then 98 they really started kind of decoupling in it, and it really wasn't until like Windows 2000 when the NT merge happened, I want to say, that it really changed things. Oh, you got the gaming phone. All right, Jim. Yeah, second edition 98 was nice. Yeah, it wasn't bad. Wasn't bad. Was not my favorite though. Windows ME was, man, those funds need like double, triple, quadruple quotes. 'Cause, man, I've never seen so many blue screens in my life. You just look at it the wrong way and it was like, ah. Oh yeah, how we doing? We're still rocking. We're still rocking over here. We're about 50 minutes into this injection. Windows 8, 8.0 with the start screen was just, again, too much drugs at Microsoft, and people, like, everyone knew the start menu. Like, that's what everyone knew is, hey, the start button, don't take this away. People know this. You can redesign this. But in Windows 8, there's like, hey, instead of this pop-up, what if we take away everything on the entire screen and do a start screen with Metro tiling, because touch is the future. No one's going to use a keyboard and mouse anymore. No. Microsoft found out really fast that there's not a lot of drug users out in the world that use their product. So the start screen failed miserably because people do indeed use their computer with a keyboard and mouse. Wow. I mean, maybe they could have just taken it to anybody on, I mean, even a homeless guy on the corner probably could have told them that was a bad idea. And yet it got pushed through every single part of their corporate structure. It was like, hey, everything needs to be a start screen. Now, I was not totally against this when I first saw it. I saw it and I was like, that's awful, but laughed, because I thought, surely when Server 2012 comes out, they wouldn't do that to us sysadmins, because having that on a server would be just absolutely ridiculous. Oh, I'd like to go back in time and talk to old naive Chris. You just thought the best of everyone. Even Microsoft, you still had hope that they wouldn't make just a completely crappy product. Such a young man, so many dreams and aspirations, and yet you still thought Microsoft could do something right. Aha! Underestimate them, I did. And of course, they launched Server 2012 with the start screen. And I was like, are you effing kidding me? They expect us to install this in a business. Inevitably, we did end up installing it, but it was pretty bad. We had to use an open source project. I think we were using, like, it wasn't called OpenShell back then. I think it was something different, but still kind of hilarious that that was a thing with Windows 8. Ugh. It's still to this day, I don't think they ever really fixed that. And even with 8.1 got re-released for the residential crew and the start menu got reintroduced, I don't think we really got that same treatment on server. I don't remember that much. I think it was Shell Explorer or whatever. Yeah, Classic Shell, that's what it was. And yeah, it was wild. Fitness journey's going well, Jim. Going well. I'm gonna be heading to work out here in about an hour. I usually get all my time in. Been doing really good. Let's see here. What folders that go in, Phoenix? For the the Capuchin Qt browser Python file. Does that go in the config folder in here? In the local app data, local Qt browser config? Oh, that's funny. In config, okay. That's what I thought. All right, let's see if we get the new hotness with the Qt browser while we finish the unmounting of the image that's inevitably going to take another 10 minutes. Qt browser. You owe me 50k points. The points are still there. The points are still there. I just got to get to them. That's just a tab select, but if we go GO, no, GA. Yeah, GA is what I want. Where's the I thought we had like a browser theme. I'm kind of getting blind here. I was kind of hoping it would pick that. The mouse does still work on Qt browser. It's interesting. Did the Capuchin, did I not, it might not have copied it. Oh, we're finished with the ISO. Oh, well, that was a fun addition with the Qt browser. Phoenix is like, damn it, Titus. Come on, use Qt browser. All right, what do we end up with? The perfect ISO. Do we even, let's see. You know, honestly, 8 gigs with all those drivers. Let's try to install this again. I kind of want to see what this ends up at. Oh, let's see. Let's go into our hosts again. We got the Insider Edition. Let's shut this bad boy down. Now, what we're going to do is copy this over into... Actually, we're just going to cut it. Let's toss it into our images. So we're going to images, template, ISO, drop it into here. Paste. Why does it give me this? That's so weird. It's got to be like a template or a permissions issue, right? Yeah, we got 777 for the attribute, so that's there. Huh. Don't know why it does that. And if we come here with it, template, ISO, yeah. Desktop. I wonder what happens if we do... Let's just launch terminal from here. Let's do a copy. Insider's full to I. See, it's still able to find everything here. Maybe it needs to be all CLI. So template, ISO, aborted by local system for copy. Could be a permissions, possible permissions issue. So this is not an elevated prompt. I'm kind of curious. So now we got the elevated prompt. Let's try. Let's just copy Insiders. I doesn't exist. Okay. It's mounting it as the user. We could do like a common startup instead of regular startup for the NFS drives. I think it's would give it a little bit higher elevation. Is the ISO folder read-only? Oh, man. Bior, thanks for the prime. Keep up the good work with WinUtil. Save me so much time. Good to hear, man. Good to hear. Just did 24 pull requests earlier today. Wanted to shoot myself after that, but hey, it was worth it. There was some really good stuff in there. All right. Template. Was it read-only? Oh. So if we go to template here, is this read-only too? I don't think it's... Okay. What happens if I try to delete that? Ah, that worked. Paste it. Yeah, it's weird. Got some NFS shenanigans going on here. So if we grab the Insiders Pro Edition, copy it. And we probably should just do it through the web. That's strange. I wonder why. Oops. Let's just stop this. Yeah. Oh. Did I break it by deleting the ISO with the launched? That was probably not the best way to do it, but whatever. Let's just go ISO. Let's go upload, select, and we'll throw the full version. Oh, 8.1 gigs on this ISO. Oh, I think I had Qt browser open. That probably was why I didn't grab the config. Yeah, Ashland's not suspicious user. Yeah, this is the new ISO. So this has all the drivers, everything configured with it. So it should actually open up the VM. Blue. Starting to expect Steven's being paid to promote SDI here. I'm starting to think that too. I was like, man, I've never seen anybody actually promote SDI that hard. Especially since all the old shenanigans with SDI. So, I mean, the only thing I've ever heard from the community is I always use Snappy Driver install origin. That was kind of funny. It is Proxmox. If you use the shutdown command and it didn't work, you need a way to stop it. But at the same time, you can use sudo kill until this. Yeah, I think it uses QEMU backend Z80, so we could always go into console and hit and pound around and pretty much kill anything we need. Yeah, you know, when it comes to Proxmox, man, it is really, you know, I used to think of it more as just a hobbyist virtualized stuff, but man, I don't know. This last bit where I was installing and really using it, it was incredibly polished, and I was very, very impressed with Proxmox lately. So I think I passed judgment on it a little bit too soon, because man, there's no better virtualized environment for what I'm doing here at the house than Proxmox. Even if I had all the VMware licenses, I think I'd still use Proxmox. How do I manually disable updates and choose manually what to update? I want to install after checking updates. Well, Josh, I would say when it comes to updates in Windows, there's a couple different ways to skin that cat. I would say the first way, the one I would probably approach, is to do like a Windows Server Update Service, or WSUS, or however you say it. WSUS is the acronym. And then you add that domain in. This is more of like a domain, you know, home lab type setup. But that'd be a great way to specify which updates go to which machines. It's how you do it in business. However, I get the impression you're probably not wanting to set all that up, because that's a ridiculous amount of setup for a single environment or a single PC. But probably the easiest way is just to straight up disable updates until you want to update, and then make sure you update every bit. Right now, what I do personally is when I run my toolbox, I usually come into updates and I just hit security and leave it. This usually gives you sane settings. The problem with disable all updates, it will disable your updates, but a lot of people never go back in and re-enable to check for new updates. And running an old, out-of-date Windows system for weeks or even months at a time is incredibly dangerous and not something I'd ever recommend, especially that I added this just for those that do want to do it, but never would I ever recommend someone do this. I always say just security updates, which delays feature updates by 2 years, and just install security updates 4 days after release. These are the same settings. Where you're not getting completely bombarded with updates, but you still get decent updates. So just my 2 cents there. You still have any ESXi keys? I don't think so. Maybe I could probably get some. I have a buddy that works in he's not at VMware, but he works with them and has just tons of licenses laying around, so I'm sure he could send me some if I really wanted to mess around with it. All right, we got the task done. I think we're pretty much done here. We got the import, so now we got the Insider's full drivers. Let's come back to the Insider over here. Let's go options, and we're going to change out the hardware, which is the OS drive right here. We'll edit it. We'll grab the Pro image, say OK. Now we have the console. We're ready to start. Or actually, let's shut this down. Let's just reset. That should be good enough. Oh, okay. Well, that's weird. Usually if you do these, it should work. I broke it. Look at me. If I do a stop, it still doesn't stop. Oh, interesting. Well, leave it up to me to stop. What commands do we have? Yeah, it can't lock file. I can't do the shutdown either. We don't have any, can we get a list? Command list? Whew. Well, it didn't take me very long, did it? Oh, man, that's funny. We can go into the host. Shell. Do we have, like, htop over here? I wonder if we can just do, like, htop and kill the process. There's probably a much cleaner way to do this, but... Let's see. Let's just go through. Let's go ID. Delete. Let's kill it. Kill. Let's go sig, not sig term, but we're going to go sig kill. There we go. Do we have any other 101s? Probably not the way to do this, guys. Don't copy me. This is not something I'd ever recommend anyone do. But sometimes it's just fun to pound around and see what happens. Okay. So anyways, we killed that process. Stopped perfectly. Okay. We're just going to erase that section. Everything's working great. Talking about stability of Proxmox, I never use shutdown option because it fails a lot. Well, that's true. Oh yeah, we could have just done a top and do that as well. Probably like a, now that I know the command, we could also do like a pkill and just, you know, say, hey, go ahead and grab everything that's like 101 and just kill all processes with that in the description. So let's start it up. We should have our key. Yeah, look at that. Now we have that console. Let's go ahead and grab our spice. And let's see if we got the drivers. Because the last time we did this, at the start of the stream, we were doing the new install process, but it didn't find the storage drivers, and it didn't find, obviously, the network drivers because they're virtualized and not part of the OS. So I'm kind of curious to see if all this work we've done in today's stream, if it has a payoff here at the end. So if you haven't stuck around for all this, we're about to find out. Big things are about to happen. I'm either going to be extremely disappointed or mildly happy. We'll see. Here we go. What's it going to be? Let's hit next. Next. We're going to install. Yep. Delete it all. No product key. And then show me the drives. Here it comes. Moment of truth. Oh, fudge. It didn't find the drives. Dang it. Yep. Rats. SDI didn't have the Vert Manager drivers. We installed 6,400 drivers that were not the correct ones. Oh, that's sad. Well, 1 second. Oh, man. Let's just grab those drivers, shall we? We could clone the Vert drivers. What is in here, actually? I've actually never opened up a .git extension directly like this. Interesting. Okay. Oh, that's cool. Let's just toss it into downloads, huh? Actually, let's go downloads. Let's go Vert IO drivers. Drivers. Good enough. All right, clone. Well, this is a neat little extension. I forgot I installed this. I think this is Git extensions. It's in the toolbox. I think that's where I found it. You can also go to the PV Proxmox Vert IO drivers. You can mount this as a second CD-ROM drive and find the drivers here. Oh, okay. Well, anyways, that was kind of a cool experiment. But yes, I think we'll just do that. Let's do that. I feel like that is the winning formula. So we have this. Let's get the block drivers for Windows, pair of virtualized block drivers. It just grabs, I think we already have the Vert IO Win drivers, actually. I actually closed out on my Proxmox, my bad. So let's say we're here. Can we shut this bad boy down? Let's come into our host and our VM. Let's see if it actually shuts down. So we'll go shut down. Yes. Yeah, since it doesn't have like a QEMU agent to it, I don't think the shutdown command will work properly. All right, well, stop it then. Stop. Shut down. Stop. No. All right, well, after heaping all that praise on Proxmox, I'm kind of like, ah, crap. Of course, I spoke too soon. Should have knocked on wood. My bad. So if you don't have a QEMU agent, there's no way to force stop this thing. Because the shutdown command doesn't work. We even rebooted it to, like, it's in the BIOS right now. This should not have any issue doing a force stop at this point in time. And yet, the stop command does not work. Okay. Well, while we're working on that, let's just add that that driver, shall we? Oh, man. We probably need to update. Let's upload that. That'd be funny if we can just go, like, images. See, I already have those drivers. VertIO win from 2023. I'm sure that's fine. Let's just grab that. Let's upload it. We're downloading it from the drive and then re-uploading it to the template folder. Oh, well. Yeah, I guess this is the reason why VMware has all the business. That's true. Yeah, we'll stop the request at the bottom on the shutdown. All right. How do you do that? Stop. Just double click it. All right. So we've got our new driver, or new drive. Where is it? I thought we added it. Oh, I think we have to wait for it to shut down. And it's stuck on the console. Let's try to halt it. We don't have any existing ones in there, so this time around, stop it immediately. Okay, that works. You can't do a shutdown if you don't ever use shutdown if it's not already have a QEMU guest agent. If it has a guest agent, you have to stop the process here and then make sure you use a stop immediately with nothing in the queue so it doesn't get hung up like that. Little gotcha. Interesting. Anywho, now let's add the driver. Let's go images and we'll grab vert.win add. I think this one will be fine. If not, we'll re-download. That was pretty funny. This whole stream, it started out cursed, in cursed. You know, it is what it is. We take the stream wherever it leads us. Yeah, Blue, it's actually got 8 it's 8 gigs, man. This is a massive ISO. 8 gigs of a whole bunch of drivers we're not even gonna use. Oh, man. That's pretty funny, though. Even I find some humor in that. All right. We're going to go next. Yes. Next. Don't. Add. And then we'll load the driver. I don't know. Let's see. I'm kind of curious once we get the vert.win drivers in. I think we can just find it in here. Okay. We might need the latest version then. Probably Vert SCSI, I want to say, or Vert Store. Can't remember. We're going to try the SCSI controller first. That was not it. Well, maybe it was. Or we could go AM64. Let's try this one. Let's try SCSI pass-through. I don't think that's it. Yeah, we might need to go get the latest. Oh, no. There it is. Okay. All right, here we go. The new Windows 11 setup experience we started the stream off with. Oh, I like it. They don't show you anything but a blue screen and tell you percents that don't matter at all. Genius. So informative. Reminiscent of a BSOD, for sure. Oh, man. I don't know. I guess I'm just ingrained in me. I like to see the 5-step process that I know is happening in the background. So then if it like fails at any point in those steps, I kind of know what step it made it to. But I mean, also, I don't really even need to run the installer, as I could just install Windows using DISM and a command prompt off of the installation media. So to each his own. And I guess most people installing Windows wouldn't be IT people, because those people would probably install Linux on your machine. Microsoft knows who they're catering to. They're like, you know what? We could show a whole bunch of information that might be useful for professionals, but do professionals really even use Windows anymore? Nah, not really. Let's just put a percentage sign in a big blue screen. Yeah. Sounds good, Bob. Roll it out. That's probably how that conversation went. When will you code your own Windows installer? I don't know. Possibly. It's pretty doable. How many floppy disks did it take to install this one? We could actually do a division of how many megabytes divided by like 1.44, just to see. I don't even know how you would assemble like the install.wim file where most of this is, because one file is, you know, gigabytes in size. So it's not well distributed on the installation media. Well, let's see. While we're waiting on the install, let's check on that issue, Josh. Just for you. Sure. It's not like that install screen's giving us anything anyways. What'd you say? 1151? Add a progress bar after running tweaks. Oh, yeah. Well, some things we started to add. This last patch we just did today, we added progress bar to the reset of Windows updates. So that actually has been just modified, and there is somewhat of a patch. But to do a true progress bar across the platform is kind of difficult because it's launched from PowerShell. So it kind of makes it difficult to update the GUI as it goes. Retro bar. What's that? Oh, gross. Ugh. More like PTSD bar. I don't know. That's interesting. Not something I'd ever use. Neat. Somebody out there will like it. If you're looking for a host to do it all, it's really about bandwidth. Space is actually not that bad. The full Debian repo, I think, was only like 300 gigs. Not even a terabyte for every package on... I want to say I grabbed the main, was it contrib? It was the extended package as well. I ran an entire Debian mirror locally, and it wasn't as big as you think. You'd be kind of surprised. You would think it'd at least be a terabyte, but no. I think I only grabbed one of them. I think I only grabbed stable for the repo, the clone of the repo. Phoenix, you've repeated that sentence 3 times, man. I get it, man. You got a browser a keystroke away on Qt browser. Oh, God. Oh, do you get it, though? It still makes it that I need 2 browsers installed to use the internet when I could just have one. Oh. Michael knows. Chris reads chat. He just ignores us. You aren't wrong. Sometimes. Sometimes I do get involved in what I'm doing, and I'm just like, okay. Okay, well, I think we're stuck on 82%. What is happening here? Especially in AoE sessions, that's true. The Age of Empires sessions requires a ton of attention, so I miss almost 90% of chat when I'm in the middle of a game. Especially like when it hits to like Age 3 and 4, I'm like ping-ponging everywhere. That's rough. That's rough. Yeah, stuck on 8x%. Just give it 30 more minutes. It'd be funny if there's like a hidden prompt behind here, behind the blue screen, and the Insider's edition's bugged. I wouldn't put it past Microsoft. That could be a thing. This is true stories, Michael. I talk to myself in game. I try to give myself pep talks. Be like, you're good. You're better than this. You can do good. People love you. It's okay. No, you suck. This is terrible. You gotta do better. I'm really just talking to myself. And honestly, even if the camera wasn't on, I'd still be doing that. This is the perfect Windows install. You get to stare at a blue screen. It'll get stuck on percentages. You won't know what's happening. But I love this new vision of Windows. It's perfect. Oh, man. Will it finish? Dude, most Windows installs only take about 5 minutes. This new install, it's been 5 minutes. This is taking a little bit too long. I don't think it loads those drivers unless it needs it. Maybe it is. But maybe, well, we'll find out. We'll find out. If we have, it could be copying 4 gigs of drivers. That's true. But even still, I don't know. 6 cores. Those are pretty high end. Those are almost 4 gigahertz cores, and they're actually pretty beefy on that processor. I mean, I like to push 65 watts as far as I possibly can. Yeah, we'd have to probably do a vanilla one without injection king root. I agree with that. We can't just say, hey, this is a problem with this. I bet the installer would actually still be about 5 or 10 minutes if it was stock and not copying 4 gigabytes of drivers. This is true. So I can't really talk too much crap about Microsoft here. But it does show a fundamental flaw with their Insider Edition for those that do inject drivers. You just gotta go eat lunch and come back if you're doing an install. If you want to know anything about it, this would be maddening just sitting here staring at it like we're doing right now. Let's do we have big? Just go stare at it. Right there. Go faster. Go faster. Go faster. Little bit faster. Dude, I need to shave. I'm looking like a hobo. Anywho. 82%. Oh, Lord. Come on. Just a little bit faster. Just give me 1%. Give me 83%. 83%! Come on. You can do it. Go, Windows. Anywho. That's fun. All right. Oh, that's just called getting old, Phoenix. Whatever happened to minimal installs? That's where all those people left and went to Linux. Whew. I guess we could check to see what the processor's doing. Oh, actually, let's just close that spice. What do we got for summary here? How we doing on that CPU percentage? It's usually about 15, 20%. Network traffic is completely gone as of 33. So 12 minutes ago, network traffic stopped. So it finished transferring whatever it needed from the net. And I think we've been copying, or no, it's been installing all those drivers, I think, for probably the last 12 minutes, right? Starting about 32 after, we're about 45, so we're 13 minutes into the hour. We're still 82%. Still old 82%. You think it's 6,000 in driver issues? I don't know. Technically, it should find the 6,000 drivers in the chipsets. I did download the chipset drivers into here as well. So maybe that's going in the background. It's doing a whole lot of something. Yeah, I'm really missing that terminal, Michael. Really, really missing it. Big time. It's not stuck. If it was stuck, what would happen? This is just Windows logic. Again, this is why one blue screen and 1% is just a terrible idea. But what's happening is it's still churning out. Like, if this was not doing anything, you'd see something like this. It'd be a very steady 2 or 3%. And instead, you got a lot of peaks and valleys still happening with the CPU percentage or usage. And it's not even utilizing all those cores. So it's just sitting there. It is utilizing about 8 gigs of RAM. Probably putting this up to at least 16 gigs of RAM. Highly recommended for this install. Oh, got a little bit of movement there. So that's something. But it's still going. Oh, yeah. Let's check the disk IO as well. So let's go summary. Scroll down. Disk IO. We're still seeing disk read and write. Right here, this looked at about 80 megabyte, it looks like. And we're still just kind of turning around, so... Doesn't look like it's capping anything, which is kind of odd. But it is a read and write. Does look like it's writing more than reading. The blue, that's what's happening. So, still 82% though. Yeah, copying the driver files is definitely what's happening. Now, if we look, how much data is it doing? Is this per second? Probably per second, I would imagine. It looks like it's only pulling it. Yeah, it pulls it once every 60 seconds to display a graph. And between 5 and 10 megabytes, roughly probably about 100 megabits of throughput, which Proxmox's throughput has not been very impressive with an NFS setup, I'm going to say. Could also be my host. It could be a variety of different things. Uncompressing the files per minute. Yeah. 100 megabytes times that by 8 gigs. We might be in for a wait here. Might be in for a wait. Hard to say. Yeah, having a big old 60-core Xeon would be nice right now. But then again, it's 70 degrees outside and I'm about to start sweating. I probably should take off my jacket. So I don't know. I don't know if I can use that much power in this baby room. Need a secondary conditioned room next to this room. That would be awesome. Yeah, but I don't want to run it. That costs money. And it's 70 degrees outside, so... It's only 80 degrees in here right now. See? Let me show you. Let's go, let's go direct cam. All right, check this out. This is what we're rocking right now for temps. Bam. Good CO2 levels. Good TXOCs. And our HCHOs, our HCHOs are really in good levels. About 82 Fahrenheit. About what we're rocking. It's like a nice, balmy, tropical environment in here. Kind of enjoying it. Liking it. I think that's pretty nice. But we're still 82%. Oh, man. Ooh, 40's there. All right. Negative 2C. RIP. Oh. Yikes. Yeah. SoCal. Beautiful weather. Let's see. Did the Qt browser all just for you, Phoenix? I'll open up one more time. Did the theme install finally? At least we know. No, didn't. Why you don't multi-stream onto YouTube and such? Well, I mean, a lot of these streams get chopped up after. So YouTube isn't a live stream website. So it's good for some stuff, like. But streaming all of this over to YouTube just doesn't make any sense to me. So a good example of that is, one, it's hard to moderate chat and all the other stuff. So yeah, it does give... Oh, hey, it rebooted. All right, let's not boot from drive. Maybe? Oops, I accidentally... my bad on that one. Let's just remove this one. And remove this one. What happens if you remove it when it's up? Let's see how Proxmox handles this. Let's halt it. All right, halted it. Dropped all the drives. What's the worst to halt during an install? Probably a way to do it, right? All right, let's do Spice. All right. Starting Windows. Boot loop. It sees the EFI Windows Boot Manager there. Oh, Control-Alt-R releases the pointer, by the way. All right, let's halt that. It's probably just wants that that CD-ROM drive. Maybe it wasn't done. It just needed a reboot. One of them Windows things. Let's just grab those full drivers again. Toss it in, sure. So, let's try it again. And... well, guys, this was the perfect Windows install stream. As you see, perfect install means it didn't get installed. I'm glad you enjoyed this stream. This was fantastic. What do we learn here? Don't inject 6,000 drivers and not pick the right ones for your systems. Or maybe just install Linux. That might be point number 2. Or, yeah, don't grab the Insider's build. Could be another one. I mean, there's a lot of lessons to be learned out of this stream. I'll let you guys choose which one suits you. There's a lot of things to do. I think I will retry this in a more manufactured scenario, not using the Insider Canary build. We're going to inject 6,000 drivers again, but this time I think I'll probably do like a proven install, a stable release of Windows, stable, and try and do a YouTube video on that. Windows Insider, absolutely terrible. Always has been. Hate the new installer. We definitely got that. That also is a big takeaway from today. We all knew that going into this. So this is more of a, hey, water's wet, sky's blue moment. But it's still fun to see where Windows is headed. Further down into the deep dark hole of, oh my God, bad decisions. But at least we know what those bad decisions are before they get here. And yeah, this was a fun one. That was fun. And I think I do have a couple more gray hairs. That's just, I've been in Windows too much lately. I think that's what that is. So with that said, let's see. Who do we got online? Let's raid somebody today. I never raid anybody. I'm just a greedy little goblin over here. I'm going to pull up old Twitch. Let's see if we got anybody worth raiding. Let's see. I don't really have anybody but a bunch of game streamers on. Chat, you got anybody for me to look up here? What about science and tech? Anything in science and tech? Nobody? Nobody? Come on, there's got to be somebody. Kit Boga? Yeah, we can do Kit Boga. I like Kit Boga. He's a solid guy. Doing God's work with his, him preventing scammers. A fun guy. All right. Kit Boga. He's playing with a scammer. He's always playing with scammers. Like I said, doing God's work. All right, you guys. I'm out of here. Have a fantastic one. I'll see you guys on Thursday for the next stream. I don't have a clue what that's going to be yet. I just wanted to look at this because it's something I'm going to be making a video about soon. And I wanted to just kind of play around with the Insider build when I heard they redid the installer. Fun. But all right, guys. Peace.